What's up, everybody? This is DB, live from the Digital Alchemy School. I am here to do a tutorial on a product that I put out a while ago that people have been asking for a tutorial for a while. I'm apologizing it's coming this late, but I promise you I will explain everything about this product and how to exactly use this prompt generator right here. So this is the Chromatic Illusion Weaponizer, right? It's a really scientific, really in-depth prompt generator I made a few months ago that I sold on TRM. Shout out to TRM. And a lot of people really love it. So here's what I'm going to show you guys. What every button does, how to use it, right? And just ensuring that everything in here does work. I tested it before the video. Every button works. So everything in here is working fine. Um, So I want to show you guys how to use it all. So it's a prompt generator. Up here is your main area to generate prompts. Each of these are just different categories of tokens that go inside of prompts. Prompts are made up of different tokens. So these are just really, really scientific tokens, really in-depth tokens that cover different parts of the prompt. In here, you can individually click like you see me doing now and pick and scroll. They're all alphabetized. You can also lock individual parameters depending on what you like. And then, for example, I can pick these four here, lock them all, and I go press weaponize light. That's basically generate. That's the generate button. So go ahead and press those. As you can see, it's only using the four that I locked. It's not using the other ones, right? Now, if I do randomize, it's randomizing the other four, and it's not randomizing the main four that I have locked, right? So that is how those buttons work together, right? Add sref. We'll add a sref code. I preloaded these with a bunch of sref codes. Add sref. We'll add an sref code on the back of it. Multi-sref. We'll continue to add multiple srefs in addition to the ones that are already there. So you generate a prompt, add sref, then you can add multiple. Reroll sref is going to switch out the srefs you have. And then you can copy all of this and paste it into your favorite prompt generator, as you can see, right? Copy works. Archive arsenal basically takes this prompt and these settings, all the other settings, and puts it down here in the archive, right? So let's do archive also. Yes, already archived. So let's make sure we go down. There you go. Heat cross generator, right? You can load that back up there, or you can get it out your arsenal like that. But we'll go back up. That is basically how all of these buttons work. If you want to clear everything, you press disperse. So that's this section here. This is the main prompt generation section. You scroll down and you go to the left. We have a color palette forge. Right here, palette type. These are different names of different types of color palettes, depending on how the colors are split and how they're composed in the palette. Right here is where you can pick your base colors for the palette. So let's do purple. Let's do mood filter, pastel. There's different moods you can throw onto the palette. And then different palette types. Like I said, let's do split complementary. Press generate. And this is the palette we have, right? Could change the palette up. Compound. Can do accented analogous, right? So this is like the pastel palette. If we do none, it'll be way more purple, right? Also change it to lime, and we'll get a lime palette, right? So once you got your palette, there's a few things you could do with your palette, right? You can export it in many different ways as an image, as JSON code with the hex codes in JSON, or as CSS, which basically is Tailwind CSS. So you could just copy it into where you generate your app set. Image will give you the full color palette image. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but if you do, just exports right to an image, so you have the full color palette. Like I said, you can pick a color here as well. Custom color, make that your base color. Generate palette, right? So now that I have these colors, still while I'm here, I can name the colors descriptively or creatively by pressing name colors. Once you name the colors, you can use the colors in your prompt. So now that I have these colors, I'm gonna go up here, randomize, weaponize. Then I'm gonna weave these colors into the prompt with these exact names, right? Boom. As you can see, it has the color names in the prompt. We can go back to descriptive and rename the colors so they're more descriptive and less abstract, right? And then we can go ahead and weave them back into the prompt. So that is how this section right here works. The AI prompt crafting section basically improves the prompting that you have here. So let's just say I have different selections in here. I could just do an AI craft from the selections here instead of doing generate, and it'll generate a different style of the prompt, right? Simple, right? Same format, just a little bit different. Generate variations does exactly what it says. It'll generate 3 variations of the prompt that you have in the box. So let's press that. And as you'll see, as soon as this is done generating, we'll see a couple more variations of this prompt appear right here. There you go. Variation 1, variation 2, variation 3. Nice. Now that we have that, we can do surprise me. Let's disperse all. Let's do surprise me. Surprise me is going to give you another random prompt, right? A little bit more technical, could be simple. These are just ways for you to play around these few buttons right here, right? AI prompt optimizer. This adds AI keywords to the prompt, right? So things like 8K masterpiece, and there's tooltips over all of my generators and apps. I put tooltips in them. So that means you can hover over any section in here and you'll get a definition of what the section is and what it does, right? Or what the button does, right? Every section, everything you can click in here, you can hover over it and tooltips will appear, right? So next, we're going to see, oh, wow, it added those AI keywords. Pretty cool. So now let's generate a palette. So we can activate this over here, the creative color enhance. So we can enhance with hex codes. Or we can do creative color enhance, which just takes the colors over here, puts descriptive color language back into the prompt. Just wanted to give you guys more ways to play with the prompts, as well as injecting moods and playing with the length of the prompt as well. So we can inject a different mood in here, enhance with hex codes, creative color enhance, or adjust the length of the prompt too, right? By clicking these buttons. We scroll down. This is where we have presets. You click on these are going to load these exact prompts up into the top, right? These are just preset prompts that I put down here. If you just want to scroll down, click on some, pop back up, copy them. Right next to the presets, you got your archived illusions, right? So as you can see, I archived these earlier, and they also do save the color palettes. So when you load them back up, it will load back up with the color palette. And as I said, we just did the adjust length, and I think we made the prompt very long. So as you can see, we got like a 4-paragraph prompt right here. All right. Now let's go ahead and disperse all. So we can go back down to the illusions in the archive. And I can show you if I do load and go back up. We loaded that exact same color palette that was here. Goblin's Blush, Ancient Rust, right? And we got that prompt up in there too. Now, if I disperse all this again, randomize, generate a color palette. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead, adjust the length of the prompt too to show you guys. Even if you have a super long prompt with a color palette, it will still archive as in your arsenal, right? If you want to save it down here. So this is going to go ahead and craft an extra long prompt for us. Nice. And you can also drag down on this if you want to see a little bit more, right? Anytime you see that little corner right there, you can drag it. So now we got this super long prompt. Oh my God. Archive it. Let's go down. Was it archived? Yes, it was. Very long prompt archived with the color palette. Amazing. So I want to show you guys this. because a lot of people still really like this product. A lot of people still like using it. And I want you guys to know, if you have any questions about anything that I've created, you can always reach back out to me and ask for a tutorial, or ask for a little bit more in-depth perspective on it. I'm gonna do another scroll through it here just to make sure I didn't miss anything before I leave. Um, like I said, AI craft from selections, whatever you have selected up here. This is just going to craft a prompt from that. We can inject moods into our prompt. We can adjust the length of our prompt, add different keywords, add the hex codes, which are basically numerical codes that represent colors and the different shades of colors in the color palettes, right? And yeah, we got the presets and the archive. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So I made this so people can be a little bit more in depth with this. Let me know if this helped you. I hope you guys are having a great day. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, DB at DB Created on TikTok, Digital Alchemy School founder, Digital Alchemy School on the school platform. Have a great night, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Peace.